Hi everyone, this is our test automation meeting, and today is May 28, 2020. And just a reminder again, these meetings are public and recorded and posted onto YouTube. I hope you guys can see my screen. Can you? Or?
Yes, please say it.
All right. Okay, let's go with the Jira updates. Leaving the bugs, maybe the stories, Gayatri. Anyone from Infosys who wants to update? Correct?
Suchitra, yeah. So, actually, Gayatri's Hima's update, at the moment I don't have with handy with me. So I will request them to get in touch with you on Slack. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and from my end, for this 2054, the sanity was not getting passed. So that is now I think working after increasing the length for the files. So you or Andy can review now. I mean, it is there.
Yeah. Okay, so the patch is ready.
Yeah. My hope is that I'll have some time pretty soon to look at that. I think the first thing that I want to try is just to see the test actually work on the Tucson pod where we do the hardware tests. So I'll need to install the tools on there for running the test and change the credentials. And I might have some questions for you, Suraj. I'll ask them on Slack if I do.
Sure.
Okay, and how about these tickets from Gayatri? Maybe Andy can speak to them. Remember, these are the older data plane tickets about bandwidth profiles. So do you think we can close these, Andy? Because now that they have been merged and then now we are verifying these tests?
So the ticket that originally corresponded to the bandwidth profiles test is Vol 2052, which has been closed. I'm not sure what 2053 is. I think that might be a different test that Gayatri is working on.
Okay.
But I haven't seen a patch set for that test, although it looks like maybe there is one. I haven't looked at it.
Okay, sure. Or maybe Gayatri is still working, because it was also about, this is updating bandwidth profiles. Probably once you have these bandwidths and then you're updating the bandwidth profiles.
Yeah, I bet that's right. Yeah, dynamically updating them and testing them.
Yeah, so this is completely different. But I'm not even sure if this feature is supported. Do we update bandwidths and then because it's updating bandwidth is updating the status configs, right? We knows.
Yeah, I think that there might be more to it than that, but yeah, at the very least, it involves updating status.
So I think in general, we have never tested even updating any data in the status after once we have installed. This is something.
Right, yeah, for sure. I've never tested that.
Right, yeah. Okay. Maybe next week we can talk to Gayatri about this. All right, so take care of Suraj. So this is the corresponding ticket, Andy, that you're working on?
The
data plane bandwidth test.
Yeah, that I guess was just the start of, maybe I should close that out because that's kind of morphed into a couple of other tickets with the an issue with bandwidth limiting with BAL 3.4 not always working, and then an issue with UDP packet streaming showing a bunch of losses. So I think I can close 3057 because I've created JIR tickets for those other things.
Okay. All right, I'm not going to the sanity for TT here. Let's see if there is anything else from Infosys. I know that Hema already provided 2 patches regarding soft reboot. They are still on pending and they haven't been verified yet. I think that's all from Infosys. All right, Hangwei.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, so for this one, 3094, yeah, I almost working on the other projects, so no too much progress in testing. And for this one, I still waiting appear. And the other two, 3058 and 59, yeah, I have the patch on the Gary and wait for the review. And also thanks to Tosin, help me to find some issues and already fixed.
Okay.
So just wait for review to see does the patch looks okay or not.
Okay, thanks, Hank.
Okay.
I'll see the patches.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Torsten, anything from your side?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
This patch is finished by my side and can be reviewed by you and all the other guys. Yes, and as soon as Hangwei patches are reviewed and merged, we can go on with multiple OLTs. I used the patches from Hangwei to test it with multiple OLTs in BBSIM, and it works fine. It was a great work by Hangwei.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Torsten. Anything else, Torsten?
Not to the patch, but I've got some problems with BBSIM environment on my virtual machine. I've got a lot of SSH errors, and I don't know why. I put it on the Slack. David, take a look at it, but don't know, and maybe some have the same issues or some has an idea how can I solve this. It would be help. Maybe you can take a look at BBSIM and Slack.
Oh, BBSIM Slack. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Andy, we talked about this. Hey, Mom. Anything else from you, Andy, before I move forward?
No, I don't think I have anything.
Okay, thanks. Hardik?
Yes, hi, Chitra.
Hi.
So I have created one patch, actually that is still a work in progress, where I intended to add one more test case, both for ATT and D3, to check the delete of the ONU and expect that it will come back up again on its own. It's just like, okay, I should delete an ONU, but if it's still connected to the PON port, it should get auto-discovered. So yeah, that's still kind of work in progress. I was not able to test it on the Infosys pod because that has some issues. On Tucson pod, it is failing for some other reasons. Like earlier, there was some other test cases issue, which I want to discuss a little later. But yeah, this test case is kind of work in progress. And at the moment, this is not supported on BBSIM. So for that also, I've created a ticket, and I guess probably Matteo will work on it sometime. So yeah, that's the status of it.
Okay.
And then yeah, there is another test case I don't know. It was working on the Infosys pod with one venue, but I think I've already told in the last call also that on the Tucson pod it was failing for the DHCP messaging, and I'm still not able to like look into it because there were some other failures also, right? Recently because of this disable enable of the OLTs and all that. So I was kind of going through the logs on that. Yeah, I haven't continued much on this.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I also verified this patch on one of the pods, and
I think on this, it may be something related to the cleanup, the cleanup Linux keyword that we use that actually runs for all the venues. But since even when I'm on the first venue, I'm trying something on the other also. So maybe I should not use that keyword, or maybe try to use it in a little different way. So maybe tomorrow I'll plan to give a try on that and see if I got any success.
Okay, all right. You can try and then we can discuss on that.
Yeah. And yeah, the HEMA work, I just recalled it. These two test cases, right? When you soft reboot. So for the ATT one, that was kind of tested on the Infosys pod, and it was working fine. Though I have given her some comments on her patch, I think which probably she'll work on. The DT one, yes, definitely we need to try out before merging it. And again, these test cases will not work on the BBSM at the moment, and it will work only on the hardware.
Right.
The soft reboot is not supported.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think this one, because Infosys does not have any DT configuration, right? So we need to execute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm not sure on TucsonPod, do we have a DT way to test DT workflow, Andy?
No, currently we don't have that.
Okay.
It sounds like that might be useful. So maybe we can sync up later to talk about what additional configuration would be needed.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Andy. Anything else, Hardik?
I want to bring that disable enable OLT issue, but I think once we'll go through the Jiras, maybe we can talk about it.
Okay, sure. I think looking at these tickets, I think we are done with the in progress. They all are the ones, and yeah, anyone else has anything to bring up? I think there is one ticket which I wanted to bring up. If devices on the call.
Yeah, it's a 2962
Right.
Jira. So we have submitted the patch. So review is pending.
Okay.
So once that is done, so there is some problem actually in our pod where exactly during calling up the sanity keyword, right? It's looking for some kind of ONU subscriber information. I verified the same thing in other pods where exactly that same keyword is running, but I don't see that particular keyword being executed in that sanity keyword. So there was some confusion. So I will send across two logs basically to show you that, so that we can find out whether there is some issue particularly on our pod or something like that.
Okay. So do you have a physical pod that you are testing?
No, we don't. We don't have any. In the sense, we have one, but we don't have any physical OLT or any. We are only dealing with the management plane, right? So we only have the Voltha setup actually.
Okay.
We are testing everything with the BBSIM.
All right. So you're saying that you have already submitted the patch. Did you submit it yesterday or today?
Yes. No, yesterday. So it has passed sanity, so it is in +1. So probably review is required for that particular thing.
Okay. Yeah, because I missed seeing this patch. So if you
So
don't,
maybe I have to change the status of that probably.
yeah, or add me to the reviewer, please, if you don't mind, or if it is not there yet, because I didn't see it. And also, if possible, send me a Slack message otherwise with the patch.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, thank you. But otherwise, the functionality of the test case is working fine, as you say, right?
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Debashish.
Yeah. So probably next set of there are any Jiras that could work out with BBSIM, we can start writing those as well as would like to also basically use few of our pods to execute next set of test cases like ONF pods or
Yeah, there is a like some other patches. There is a way to test your patches on the Tucson pod, which is that it's the hardware pod to execute your patches on it, at least for now, because right now the other pods are being used for finding the regressions that we have been noticing on master. So currently we are not finding time to execute other test cases. We have been having many issues since last week. So I would suggest that on your patch, just trigger a hardware patch, hardware test. And then probably I'll send you steps on the Slack or an email to you.
I will do that. I'll ping you in Slack.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Debashish. Anyone else has anything?
Hi, Suchitra, Gayatri here.
Okay. Hi, Gayatri.
Yeah, Suchitra, 2053 has been submitted for credit review. Actually, I'm facing few issues in the build. I'm checking on that now. We'll clear that soon and I'll let you know.
Okay, sure. Can you please ping us with the Garrett commit?
Yeah, sure. I will ping you on Slack.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, looks like we are done with the JIRAs. All right, BAL 3.4 updates. Is Infosys already upgraded with 3.4?
No, Suchitra, that is still a work in progress, and I think Hema is working on that. She was facing some issues and because of this coronavirus situation. And since we need to update them manually, this cannot be done remotely. So I think she'll update you on the Slack later. She has already started on this. Probably by tomorrow or day after, it should be done.
Okay. And how about Tucson?
Yeah, Tucson has been upgraded to 3.4.
All right. There are no other topics as per the agenda, but if there are any things that we want to talk, please bring it up.
Yeah, Suchitra, so this OLT disable enable test case, I saw that you have kind of removed it from the regression runs now, right? Last night. So like, I understand, I think Girish is probably going to look at it, or
okay, the plan.
Yeah,
right. So one observation that we noticed with that test case was if the disable enable OLT test is failing, then the subsequent test cases are also failing. So we do not know yet what is the cause for the failure. We haven't analyzed, even Girish haven't analyzed that. but we thought like let's first remove that and then try to analyze other regressions, because there are places where the OLT disable enable OLT test passes, but there are some other regressions. So we wanted to find the other regressions first and then add this test case later to see if there is at all any issue with this test case.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, this test case, it fails, and till the time it reaches a test case where you actually deal with the delete of an OLT or restart of an OLT, the system is not recovering back. So if you see, there's this re-add OLT test case. So only after that, everything starts working fine again. So any other test cases between this OLT disable enable and between that actual re-add or the delete of an OLT, everything fails.
yeah, that's correct, because the failures are just carried over unless we delete the OLT.
And this has been seen only on the default configuration pods, and that too on the Flex OCP mainly and the Tucson. I was just kind of analyzing, so I felt like on the 1T4 gem jobs, be it on the Flex pod or the ONF demo pod, it always passes. And only on the Flex pod with the default one, it is always failing. And yeah, so
okay,
majorly it's on that.
yeah, last night I have removed it, but yeah, we can look through that. Thanks for the information. Definitely that will help at least.
All pods have some test cases which are consistently failing. That's what I could figure out. But with this one, it's that if this fails, it makes other also fail. That's a bigger issue, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's not recovering once it fails. Yeah, the issue is we do have some regressions on the disable, enable, ONU, and we also have this one is something new again. The AT&T scenario used to fail, but now again this is the regular disable, enable, ONU without subscriber deletion. That is also failing. And yes, we see some issues with the subscriber deletion and checking the DHCP. And rarely we also see the RW core restart is also failing. And since yesterday, we have been trying to analyze these issues, reproduce them, and then check what is the cause for the failures. And it is still in progress. And probably by end of this week, we should be able to find the root cause for these issues.
Okay.
Yeah, and the
earlier I was discussing this ONU hard reboot scenario for the DT. On the DT Berlin pod, it was failing for the GPON setup. So, but then all of a sudden, all these things also came up. So I was actually planning to talk with Girish. He's already educated about all these failures. So yeah, I was just also going through the logs and all. So I discussed with Andrea also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, until last week, the pods itself were not functioning properly. Either one of the pod was going down, and we were not able to analyze the issues at all. We were just trying to make these jobs run in the first place.
And even on the Tucson pod yesterday, I saw this test case was getting passed in one run, but it was failing in the other. So it's the alternate runs it was passing. So.
Okay, I mean, which test case are you pointing to?
The one that you removed again.
Disable.
Yeah. So, but obviously, if this fails, other will fail. But yeah, this was also failing alternatively. That's what
Okay, got it. Right. Yes, there are several regressions which we need to get through to the bottom of them. Yeah, and the strange thing is on the ONF demo pod, even Voltha 2.3 jobs are failing. So, which is strange. Yeah, anyways, so probably by next week, we'll have some update on these failures, and hopefully we can see more passes on the master.
Okay. So in case if I'll find anything or if I want to check, I think Girish is the right person. He's the one who's looking at it.
Yes, yes, Girish and myself, we are looking at these problems.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Sure, you can ping us if you see anything, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah, thanks for your help.
thank you.
Okay, anyone else has anything to bring up? Okay, so we're good. We'll talk again next week then. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
That's it.